Humans are not the only architects on this earth. We tend to believe that civilization begins with machines and steel, but in the quiet corners of our wilderness, another engineer is at work: the beaver.
They are rodents, yet they possess a capability that rivals our own. They do not just inhabit the land, they reshape it. While our dams often leave behind scars of deforestation, theirs do something quite different. They bring life.
This is not a story of conquest. It is a story of resurgence. It is the story of how one species is quietly mending the world we thought we had broken.
For decades, we looked at wetlands and saw only emptiness. To the human eye, a swamp was a stagnant void, a place that needed to be filled, drained, or paved over. We viewed these landscapes as waste. We were wrong.
Since the mid-20th century, the Earth has lost over 35% of its wetlands. These were not just patches of water. They were the lungs of the landscape. They were the sponges that held back the floods and the filters that cleaned our water supply.
When we removed the wetlands, we severed the veins of the earth. The water no longer slowed down. It rushed. It flooded our towns, eroded our soil, and left the land brittle and thirsty during the heat. We traded long-term stability for short-term expansion. And now, we are paying the price.
25% of all species that rely on these marshes now face the risk of extinction. We did not just lose water. We lost the intricate, invisible threads that connect a forest to a stream and a stream to the ocean.
We thought we were taming the land, but by destroying the natural defense systems, we left ourselves vulnerable to the very elements we sought to control. We broke the cycle. Now we must understand how to put it back together.
Nature, however, does not surrender. It adapts. When humans drained the land, we left behind a void that the beaver began to fill. They do not use steel or concrete. They use wood, stone, and mud.
Consider the engineering. A beaver's dam is a masterpiece of fluid dynamics. They carefully select their site to ensure the water level remains constant. They build with purpose. The underwater entrance to their lodge is a defensive marvel, keeping predators at bay while providing an escape route that leads directly into the safety of the depths.
As the water strikes the dam, the surge slows. The sediment that once caused erosion is trapped, turning the once muddy stream into a clear, life-sustaining pool. This is the heart of the revolution. By slowing the current, the beaver creates a sanctuary.
This water, once rushing toward the sea, now seeps into the soil. The moisture returns. The vegetation reclaims the banks. In these artificial wetlands, life begins to thrive once more. More than 45 species depend on these pockets of water to survive. They are not just dams, they are life support systems.
These creatures do this instinctively. They work with the rhythm of the seasons. In the harsh winter, their ponds remain stable. In the droughts, their moisture persists. They are performing a service that humanity has failed to replicate with all our technology. They are the true stewards of the landscape.
The beaver is not merely an animal. It is a catalyst for restoration. Through their simple, relentless labor, They are rewriting the rules of the ecosystem. They are showing us that even the smallest engineer can change the world.
For years, we viewed the beaver as a nuisance. We saw a flooded field and thought of crop loss. We saw a chewed tree and thought of timber theft. But as our climate grows increasingly unpredictable, our perspective has begun to shift. We are finally learning to look through their eyes.
When a beaver builds a dam, it does not just keep the lodge safe, it recharges the aquifer. By raising the water table, they ensure that nearby lands remain hydrated, even when the rains fail. For farmers and communities living downstream, this is not just nature, it is a lifeline.
Science now confirms what the land has known for millennia. These dams function as natural water treatment plants. They trap the pollutants and heavy metals from agricultural runoff before they can reach our larger rivers and oceans. The beaver is cleaning the water we drink for free.
We are discovering that our livelihoods are not separate from the health of the watershed. Where there are beavers, there is biodiversity. Where there is biodiversity, there is resilience. A healthy landscape can weather a storm. A broken one cannot.
Today, the narrative is changing. In many parts of the world, we are no longer fighting the beaver. We are working with them. We are learning to coexist, recognizing that their presence is a clear indicator of a recovering environment. It is a partnership, built not on contracts, but on the simple necessity of survival.
What we once saw as destruction, we now recognize as restoration. The beaver teaches us that true progress is not about how much we can control, but how much we can help the natural world to sustain us in return.
A beaver dam is more than a structure. It is a legacy. Even long after a family of beavers has moved on, the pond they created remains. The water stays. The life they invited persists. This is the blueprint for our own future.
We are looking for grand solutions to the climate crisis. We dream of massive machines and global policies. Perhaps the answer is simpler. Perhaps it lies in stepping back and letting the original engineers do what they have done for millions of years. To support the beaver is to support the resilience of the earth.
Every stream they restore is a carbon sink. Every wetland they build is a barrier against the fire and the flood. They are the quiet sentinels of our survival. Their work is a lesson in patience, in architecture, and in the profound value of every living thing.
Our challenge is no longer about dominance. It is about partnership. Protecting their habitat is not an act of charity for a cute animal. It is a necessary investment in the health of our own home, for their survival, and ultimately, for our own.
The architects are at work. It is time we let them build.